Hey guys, welcome to this reading. There are going to be 8 options in for this reading, and each of them is going to be using a different tarot deck, and I'll tell you in a moment what each of those decks are if you're interested in knowing the name of them before you choose. Otherwise, you can go ahead and go to the timestamps. The numbers are already on the deck, so you can go down to the timestamps and go straight to your reading whenever you're ready for it. The questions we're going to ask in this reading are the same 4 questions that I ask in my paid reading that is called the Love Connection Energy Report. And those questions are, what is this person feeling for you romantically? The second question is, what do they want from this love connection? What do they want with you, in other words? The third question is, what actions are they planning to take, or are they going to take towards you in this connection? Because sometimes what someone wants with you is not the same as what their actions are, either because of fear or because of obstacles or whatever. So that's question 3. And the fourth and final question is, what is the outcome like moving forward from here? So in terms of time, sometimes when I do these readings, it seems like a more immediate, like what's happening like really soon. Sometimes it seems like it's picking up more on longer term energies, but I'm going to leave it open to spirit as to what kind of outcome they want you to be made aware of in your particular reading. So you're going to approach this thinking of a specific person who you have romantic love feelings for, or a crush, or whatever you want to call it, wherever it's at. Or if it's just someone you're curious about, you're curious to know what they feel about you. So reading number 1 here is the Golden Tarot of Klimt. Deck number 1. Deck number 2 is New Era Elements. Deck number 3 is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Deck number 4 is the Zombie Tarot. Deck number 5 is the Santa Muerte Tarot. Number 6 is the, I believe it's called the Animal Totem Tarot. Number 7 is just the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And then 8 is the Cosmic Tarot. So go ahead and make your choice. And when you've made your choice, you can choose your timestamp below to go to your reading, and I will see you there. All right, this is the reading for people who chose reading number 1, which is the Golden Tarot of Klimt. I'm going to shuffle 3 times, and then we'll get into our questions. Hope everyone is doing well today. Okay. All right, so the first question, how is the person you're thinking of? How are they feeling about you romantically? We have the 7 of Wands reversed, the Fool reversed, and Justice card upright. So I don't get a lot of... doesn't seem especially romantic. I feel like they are feeling sort of distraught, maybe that they didn't take a chance with you or something. Or normally the Fool card is about, going out into the unknown, being willing to take a journey even though you don't know where it's going to lead to. So I feel like they felt like there was a potential of doing that with you, and they didn't. This guy looks very sad as well. So it could be that they're sad that they didn't take a chance with you, or they didn't take a chance with you and they're not feeling sad about it because they feel like it was the right choice. Either way, whatever happened, even if they're feeling sad, ultimately they do feel like what's going on with you all right now. So if you're together, if you're separated, if they moved on from you or whatever, they're feeling like whatever happened was the right choice, or it's the right situation for the two of you. We also have the Seven of Wands reverse. So this has to do with being defensive. In this particular deck, I also see it as sort of about slaying your own personal demons, you know, overcoming your inner demons. But again, this is reversed. So I feel like this person, they chose not to take a risk with you. They chose not to embark on the unknown with you. They have chose or are choosing not to conquer any demons that would be required in order for this to work, but they feel like that's the right choice for them right now. So that's what I'm getting for that first question. It doesn't feel extremely romantic. So what do they want with you? What do they want with you? Six of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Emperor. They want... you know, they want to be in control, for one thing. As the Emperor, I feel like they want to be in control. They want to be successful and to be seen as successful. I feel like they might want to be punished a little bit. You know, like maybe they feel like justice has been served between the two of you. If one of you, maybe they didn't do what they meant that they should have been doing, and you moved away from them, or like left them behind, you know, decided not to continue being with them or whatever. And they feel like they should be punished for it. I feel like that's kind of what I see here in the Ten of Wands. But they just like to feel like they're in control. This Emperor is holding a goddess statue as well. So I do feel like they, you know, even if they have not taken risks to be with you, even if they failed to conquer their inner demons like they needed to, they still view you very highly, you know. But they just felt like they had to do what was right. And I guess what they felt was right to do with you was to move on. Or to allow you to move on. Either way, they feel like what's happening between the two of you is just. You know, justice is currently being served in this connection. And I do feel a little bit like they feel like they deserve to be punished, and that's part of how they feel like this justice is going to come about, is through them suffering in some way. They feel like they deserve to suffer, but what they also want is success. Let me just clarify each of these cards to get a better idea. Okay, even though right now their feelings for you aren't very romantic, because it just feels like I feel like they're trying to focus more on what's right and wrong for the two of you. So they might feel like it's not right, like not morally right or something for the two of you to be together. But they still kind of like, I feel like with the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands saying what they want to come out of this, I feel like they do hope that there'll be another opportunity which will be successful. The Seven of Pentacles as well shows that they feel like they've put a lot of emotion, a lot of effort, a lot of time into this connection with you. And they know that nothing is really happening right now. And they feel like that's, again, they feel like that's what is just. That is the correct thing, for nothing to be happening. But they do, I think, hope that eventually, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. I feel like this person does hope eventually that there will be a really stable, long-term possibility with you, because the Pentacles and Emperor, those are both kind of long-term energies, I feel. 4 being the number of stability. So I feel like, in short, you know, I think that there was something, it could be that they were in another relationship, there could be some concern like that, or there's something about it that just wasn't right, that didn't feel morally right about the two of you being together, or about them, you know, taking a risk towards you. So So they're focusing more on that than their actual emotions. Let's ask again more about the emotions, though. In your paid readings, I do, these are about 3 to 4 pages typed. So I do go into depth in those. I like to make sure that you get your money's worth and that you get full answers as well. So asking more about their feelings, romantic feelings for you, we get 7 of Swords reversed, Knight of Pentacles, and Knight of Swords. So we've got 2 knights here. So I feel like they might see someone else as competition for you, for one thing. So that's one of the things they're feeling. And it's like they're kind of I feel like with the 7 of Swords reversed, 7 of Swords is about trying to figure out secrets. It can also be about deception. I feel like this person feels like there are things that they don't know, and they're tired of trying to figure it out. They're tired of trying to figure out, is there this other person who's trying to woo you, who's trying to romance you or whatever, you know, like their emotions are just more about like all of the frustrations. They're pretty frustrated, I think, but they're also trying to have acceptance and this sense of optimism that maybe someday the situation will be right for the 2 of you to come together. Okay, so what actions are they going to take? It's our 3rd question. We have the High Priestess reversed, 9 of Swords. Okay, I feel like this person is going to have a lot of regrets. They're going to continue to be, and we have another card just feels like it wants to come up, which is the King of Pentacles reversed. So in terms of their actions, they're not really going to be offering you security right now. They're probably not going to be offering you anything. I feel like they're going to be focusing more on their regrets. This person might be regretting that they were not authentic enough, like they didn't slay those demons that they needed to slay in order for them to come to you in the right way. They didn't slay their personal demons. They are in their head a lot, like worrying, having regrets. They're not paying attention to their intuition. If they were paying attention to their intuition, what's their intuition trying to tell them? I don't think they see how much it hurts you, for one thing. They don't really see the impact on you or something. And then we got 9 of Wands reversed. Like, there's something about this that you didn't see coming, but this person's intuition is blocking the fact that this hurt you, or this, whatever happened, that it was unexpected. You didn't expect them to hurt your feelings like this. They're blocking all of that, their intuition that you actually are hurt by this. They're definitely much more focused on their own emotions, their own pain and regrets, and they're definitely holding back. You know, they're not really going to be taking action anytime soon, although they're hoping that eventually there might be the possibility for that. So I think we already have a sense of where things are going, but let's just ask that as well. Like, you know, what's the likely outcome moving forward? We get the Ace of Wands reversed, we get Temperance, and then we get 2 of Swords. I feel like the 2 of you are going to come to a place of peace and balance. You know, like, I don't think that you're going to be having hard feelings for each other. If you are trying to decide between more than one person, I think you're going to be, you know, continuing to try to find your inner balance in order to understand which situation is best for you. I don't really see this going anywhere, though, because we have the Ace of Wands reversed, which would indicate a fresh start, but because it's reversed, I just don't think that much is going to come of that. Let me clarify. Temperance. Temperance, we get 8 of Wands reversed. I feel like people are just going to be very cautious. You know, like 8 of Wands reversed indicates no communication, so I don't think this person is going to be communicating to you. There's not going to be much action at all happening either. But I feel like the 2 of you still continue to care about each other, and I feel like this is a long-term energy of just caring about each other. You know, you are going to continue to care and want the best for each other no matter what. And things seem peaceful. I don't see any see any strong anger or hostility or anything like that. So, guys who chose reading number 1, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful and meaningful. And I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye. Okay, this is the reading for people who chose number 2, which was the New Era Elements Tarot deck. Let me just shuffle a few times here. Hope everyone is doing well today. Okay, so the first question we're going to ask is, what are the person who you're thinking about for this reading, what are their romantic feelings for you? We get the Hierophant reversed. 5 of Swords, I believe, which is conflict. And the Emperor. Hold on just a moment. Okay, I was wrong. I had to look it up because I always forget what the element symbols mean. So this is actually 5 of Wands, conflict. Okay, so we've got conflict in the Emperor. I feel like this person is feeling like there are some power struggles between the two of you. You know, maybe there have been some arguments, or just, you know, you both kind of want to be in charge here. You both kind of want to be the emperor. That's kind of what I'm getting. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Let me clarify. The Hierophant reversed is 9 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this person is kind of, what they're feeling is they're shying away from any kind of commitment with you right now. Because I feel like they don't feel like there's much security here. Like they need to feel more comfortable on their own, or you need to feel more comfortable on your own before the two of you uniting would make any sense. Like you both kind of need to get your lives figured out a little bit. That's kind of what I'm getting. Does this person have romantic feelings? Are they attracted? It seems like they're frustrated. I feel like this person is very practical. I think that they don't trust emotions easily. They don't trust if you try to be nice to them or kind to them, or express your feelings for them, if you are in love with them or whatever, like they're not sure they can trust that. I feel like also this is not someone who wants to rush to the finish line. This is definitely someone who likes to take their time with things. And if you are trying to rush things or make things go faster, that might be part of why they feel like they're in conflict with the two of you. Like, you know, to me, it's almost like they're not sure that this love situation can be rescued. There might have been too much conflict between the two of you to really rescue it. So right now, I feel like they want to be more safe and secure on their own. Like they want to focus on trying to have their prosperity. They don't feel like they have that. They don't feel safe and secure in the world. You know, this is someone who wants to come home at the end of the day and feel really relaxed and at home and safe, and like all of their needs are met. They don't want to have to be worrying about their basic needs being met. And I guess they must not feel like they've achieved that, and or they feel like you haven't achieved that and you don't feel okay on your own. They might think that you just want to be in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. And I think part of the reason why is because they feel like you're rushing things, like it's a race to get to the finish line. And their approach is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a much slower energy. They're like, let's take baby steps here, you know, like, and really have a firm foundation. They're also in the energy of the Emperor, which is also very grounded, very secure. It's like, let's lay a firm foundation. You can't build a house, you know, if you haven't built the foundation first. And they feel like you want to build the house without there being a foundation. And they're like, that's all just going to come tumbling down. What's the point of doing that? So it's not that they don't care about you. I think that this person is just very practical when it comes to relationships and just their life in general. And so I feel like they are you know, kind of, they are not seeing how this is going to happen, basically. And I feel like that's what most of their emotions are right now regarding you. They don't like this conflict between the two of you. They just want, I feel like they kind of want free of this situation. They want to be liberated from a situation that they feel like is not going to succeed. So let's ask the second question, which is, what do they want with you? What do they want with you currently? We have 7 of Cups. We have 4 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles reversed. Stability. And Adjustment, which is the Justice card, the Major Arcana card. So they want the two of you to do what's right. They want it to be good for both of you. They want both of you, you know, together to make the right choices. They feel like there's been a lot of confusion and there's been a lack of stability. As we mentioned before, like they don't feel like this is very stable at all. And I feel like the entire situation is just very confusing to them. For one thing, I feel like your emotions are much stronger and more intense than theirs. And they don't understand that because this is a very practical person and they believe in building a relationship in a very practical way that makes sense and that will last and be stable. So they want, you know, they want what's best for both of you. And it seems like they kind of are veering towards feeling like what's best for both of you is probably not to be together because it's not stable. Like either they want it to be stable first and then go for it, or they're just like, let's not do it at all because they don't want to build this in the wrong way. Let's ask, what do they want with you? Just some more information. So I feel like they want the two of you to see eye to eye because they feel like currently you are not. You have a very different perspective of the situation, the two of you. They do want it to move forward. I mean, they feel like ideally it would be nice if it would move forward, but they're having a hard time understanding how that could happen right now because of this lack of stability. And they feel like either you or them might be a little bit, you know, imagining some happy ever after that you're not going to be able to achieve. So right now they just want to focus on being practical. Either let's build a firm foundation and move slowly towards a union instead of like rushing in so that we know for sure that it's the right thing to do, or we should not do it at all. I think that's basically in summary what they want from this. So the next question is, what actions are they likely to take, or were they wanting to or intending to take towards you? I have a 4th card wanting to come up. Okay, so we have the Death card. We have the King of Swords reversed, or the Father of Air in this deck. We have the Mother of Air also reversed. And then we have the 7 of Earth reversed. You know, normally the 7 of Pentacles, is that really Pentacles? It doesn't look like. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles reversed. Normally the 7 of Pentacles is a feeling like you've put a lot of effort into something and you don't want to give up, but you do feel like this is a moment to kind of pause and reflect. Well, this is reversed. I feel like this person is feeling like this is too broken. This is too broken in order for the two of you to go forward. They are seeing that this is a strong match because you're both in the same suit. We have the Father and Mother of Air. They do feel like there's a genuine attraction here, and it makes sense that the two of you would be attracted to each other. And there might be especially a strong intellectual bond. Maybe the two of you really bond through conversation. You respect each other's minds. You think the other person is very smart, very intelligent. You learn a lot from each other. So they like that, but in terms of like what actions they're going to take, their action is towards death. You know, like I feel like they're going to try to find closure. And they're choosing, these were both reversed, right? They're choosing for this union to not happen. That's the action they're going to take, is to try to find closure and to not continue to put effort and energy into trying to make it happen. So that's what they're leaning towards. So the final question we're going to ask is, what's the likely outcome moving forward? Well, it doesn't seem good unless you are able to convince them otherwise, but let's see what the cards say. It's a likely outcome for these two. Okay, we have Three of Wands reversed, which is exploration. The Sun of Fire reversed, which is the Page of Wands, and then Six of Swords, knowledge. I think there's going to be healing that happens between the two of you, and you might remain friends. Again, you still have this very strong intellectual connection. So I don't think that they want to give up that. They might want to continue to be friends. This card is associated astrologically with Mercury in Aquarius too, which has a very friendly vibe. It indicates people who might have a lot of intellectual conversations, and maybe you kind of like heal each other, or you're very helpful to each other in these conversations that you have. So I feel like they would like to keep communication open, like to keep open the opportunity for friendship. And this question also is like, what's the likely outcome? So I think the likely outcome is that you will remain friends. It could be that you remain friends from a distance. You know, in most decks, the Six of Swords shows people in a boat heading off for calmer waters. Here we have, what is this, a satellite or something hovering above the Earth. There's a lot of distance here, right, between the satellite and Earth. There might be some physical or otherwise emotional distance or whatever. You know, maybe you all will distance yourselves from each other to a certain degree, but still stay in contact from time to time in a supportive way, in a friendly way. But I don't think they want to, I don't think there's not going to be any more exploration, I don't think, of the possibility of romance. For one thing, I feel like the passion is dying down. Whatever passion there was between the two of you going into the future, it's slowing down for both of you, because we have both of these fire cards reversed. But I do feel like you might remain friends. So that's what I see for you guys in the future. I hope that really makes sense, and I hope that it is helpful. It may not be the answer that you wanted. You know, pay attention to your own intuition, of course, if your intuition is telling you differently, and also pay attention to what is the real life evidence. What does this person say? What is their actual behavior towards you? That kind of thing. So don't just take a tarot reading you know, without any of your own consideration. Don't take a tarot reading to be 100% truth. But if it informs you and helps you to understand a situation, and if a lot of what's coming through sounds accurate, and then you get a little bit of a light bulb moment, or a lot of a light bulb moment on top of what clearly resonates with your actual situation, then I feel like that's the best thing you can get out of a tarot reading. So I hope that you got that. And guys, I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and move on. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye. All right, this is reading number 3 for people who chose the Everyday Witch Tarot. I'm going to shuffle it real quick for you, and then we'll get into the reading. One more shuffle. And I like to shuffle it this way as well if I'm going to be doing reversals. Okay, so the first question that we're going to ask is, what does this person feel for you romantically? Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. They might be feeling a little scared, a little insecure. The Ace of Swords. Okay, and then the Lovers reversed. I'm going to clarify here. Okay. Okay, so I feel like this person is feeling like they're not really sure that you care about them, or they're not sure that the feelings are equal or that the feelings are mutual. Like, this is the energy that they would want to have, but they're in this limited mindset, this fearful mindset. And so what they think is happening is this. They don't think that you are loving them. They don't feel the kindness coming from you. They've blindfolded themselves, and they're just not feeling very optimistic. They are searching for greater clarity with the Ace of Swords. They're trying to figure out, like, what is the real potential here? I'm not sure. I feel like they have felt really burdened by this connection with you, and they just want some relief from it. They're like, that some of them are like, oh, can I get this person out of my head? It's just weighing me down, always thinking about them, stuff like that. They want clarity. They want the energy between the two of you to be clear as well, because it feels a bit conflicted here. So we have the Lovers card, and it is reverse. I don't take the Lovers card reverse to mean that they don't love you. It means that Lovers card energy is there, but it's either blocked or it's being diminished. So it could be that they feel like the attraction between the two of you is diminishing, like, maybe because it's felt like such a burden and they feel so fearful that you don't feel the same way. Maybe their feelings for you are, going down a notch. They're not feeling you the way that they did. They're not attracted to you as strongly as they were. And they're also feeling like, because we have the Three of Pentacles reversed, like they're not really sure if the two of you could work this out as well in like a practical way. They're like, could we really make this happen? And I feel like they also think they see you as being really focused on something else as well. Like maybe you're artistic or you're a workaholic or something, but they're like, you are so focused on work or so focused on perfecting some aspect of your life that you're not, I feel like it's causing them to want to look elsewhere, like they might even have an attraction to someone else that's starting, or that they're considering pursuing, because they just feel like you don't really care about them. You have a multiple, they don't feel like you feel the same way that they do. And they just feel like you're not paying attention to them or something. And so that's what they're feeling. They're feeling kind of excluded from your life. They feel like they're just so overcome with worry, and they're so burdened by thinking about you all the time, and worrying all the time, and being so anxious and insecure that you don't feel the same way. That I feel like they just kind of want a way out of that, because it's really weighing them down and making them feel gross, really. It makes them feel like they have like this ball, this heavy weight in their stomach, I feel like they just want to be free of that feeling. So right now what they're feeling is not super positive, I have to say. Doesn't mean that there hasn't been an attraction. I feel like there has been a strong attraction here, but they are not seeing that you feel the same way, and they feel like you just don't pay attention to them. So that's what I'm getting for feelings. The next question is, what do they want? What do they want from this connection? They must want something if they feel so let down that you're not paying attention. What do they want? Okay, so we have Four of Pentacles, we have Page of Swords reversed, and Eight of Pentacles. I feel like they don't want to see clearly here because they're scared. Like they're scared that there's something they're going to find out that's going to hurt them. So it's like they don't want to dig too deep to try to figure out what's going on with you because they're afraid that they might find out that either you're with somebody else or cheating if the two of you are together or whatever, like, or, you know, that you're attracted to someone else or something. Like they're just afraid. They're afraid they're going to find out something that hurts their feelings. So what they don't want is to look too deeply into what's going on in your life. So this person is probably not spying too much on your social media or things like that because they're scared of what they might see and they feel like what they might see would hurt them. And we have Four of Pentacles. Like they don't want to lose you. They definitely do not want to lose you. Even though they don't want to have this negative feeling that they have. They don't want to go around feeling like you don't care. But they don't want to lose you, you know. They're not willing to lose you, but they're also not really willing to take any risk either. But they do want safety. Like they want time, I think, partly. They want time to figure out how this can work. They do want it to work. I feel like they love the idea of just being around you, watching you cook or work on things, you know, do your schoolwork if you're in school, stuff like that. Like they like just having simple, quiet moments, enjoying like the simple everyday moments with you, and they want more of that for sure. So let's look more into this. What are they wanting with you? Okay. So each of these cards is going to kind of clarify the card above it a little bit. So yeah, Five of Wands can indicate conflict, things that would become a conflict or an argument. It can also indicate, to me, in terms of a romance reading, it can indicate competition, people that they would have to compete with in order to be with you. So like what I said before about they don't want to dig too deep because they're afraid of what they will find. Yeah. I feel like that is confirmed with this card because they're afraid that they'll find something that would be a source of conflict between the two of you, potentially like another person who's interested in you or that you're interested in that they would have to compete with. So they're scared because I feel like if they found out something like that, it would really hurt them. It would really cause a lot of pain. This person's kind of emotionally fragile. You know, they're not... They have these feelings for you, but they're not super comfortable with emotions. There is something about you, though, that they like because even though they're not comfortable with their emotions, it's like you scare them because their emotions are so strong for you. But at the same time, like you allow them to see themselves differently than they have before. It's like you have this magical quality that you don't even recognize that it causes them to really see themselves so differently. I think you inspire them also to kind of do their shadow work and really look at their shadow, conquer their demons, stuff like that. So I feel like they want to continue to be in your presence and around you in these simple everyday moments because it's easy for them emotionally because emotions are so intense. So I don't think they want to sit around and talk about their emotions and what they're feeling, but it's sort of like you have a very soothing presence on them. Like again, if they were just watching you cook or like helping you wash the dishes or something very simple like that, that is so satisfying to them because it satisfies their need to have like this emotional time with you without it becoming too emotionally heavy where you're talking about emotions. I feel like this person doesn't really like to talk about their emotions that much. And then we have the High Priestess over here with the Four of Pentacles. I think that they want, I think you already know. I mean, you already know what they want, is partly what the High Priestess says. I think they're trying to, I think they also, it would like make them feel better if they also had like some kind of intuitive or psychic knowledge of what was going to happen. Like, I think this person feels safer if they have an idea of what's going to happen. So it could be that they are consulting with a psychic or with a tarot reader, psychic tarot reader, or some sort of divination method, or they're just, you know, they are paying attention to their own intuition. I also feel like they want to have a stronger knowledge. They want to be having some sort of psychic insight about your feelings. They want to know psychically or something, like that there's stability with you and that they're not going to lose you, because it's like they want to stop comparing themselves to other people as well. Like they feel like they have to compare themselves to other potential suitors of yours. So they want to be able to move beyond that. So anyway, that's what I'm getting about what they want. Next question we're going to ask is, what actions are they going to be taking towards you? What are their intentions and actions? Well, this person wants to have a plan, for one thing. I feel like they do, even though they're not good at communicating about emotions, they do want to be in communication with you, and they want to make you understand how they see things, you know, in a kind of more detached, rational way. Like, again, they're not going to be focusing on like, oh my God, I'm head over heels for you. You're the perfect person I've never met. You know, they're not going to be saying that kind of thing probably. But their intentions are, they do want to have like a real discussion. Like, this guy's happy though. Like, he's happy about the possibility of really talking it out. This person wants to be understood by you. They're like, let me spell it out for you. This is what I want. This is how I envision things working out. You know, and they want to come in that communication with you. They want to appear very confident as well. And I feel like they will, like if they're able to get this chance to communicate more with you. So what are their actions? What are their intentions? I feel like when they do communicate with you, like they're anticipating you're going to have your guard up. With a 7 of Wands here, like they might feel like you're going to be on the defensive a little bit. And so when they do talk to you, they want to explain a way. They're like, whatever you are going to defend, they have a counter argument to it. So I feel like what they would most want, or what they would most want to do, is just have a real, like, not a heart to heart, but a real like meeting of the minds about this, and they just want you to understand them. They feel like you've been really defensive regarding them, and they think it's because you don't really understand them very clearly. Like they haven't explained themselves well enough or something. And then we have the Hanged Man reverse. This person feels like this energy between the two of you has been paused for too long, and they want an end to that. They're like, I don't want to be stuck anymore. I want something to happen. And I think specifically they want communication. They want you to have clarity, and they want you to not being so defensive with them. I'm going to pull a clarifier for each of these to kind of get a little bit more information as well. Yeah, so we have 5 of Cups reversed, clarifying the King of Swords. Like, I think you may have, you know, tried or been trying to have like more of an emotional discussion with them, and they don't know, or that you've offered them love, or you've told them how you feel, and they don't know how to respond to that. This person is also looking at 3 cups on the table in front of them, and they seem more upset about the fact that there are 3 cups than they do about the fact that you're offering them a 4th. They don't even see clearly what it is, the love that you're offering, because they don't think you feel the same way that they do, as we saw before. But three cups could indicate, again, like a third party. There's someone else that they're concerned about that might interfere with this connection. And so they don't want to get too deep into what their emotions are about this either, partly because of that, you know, because their emotions about there being competition for you are very painful. Like, they don't really want to talk about that. They do want to talk to you, though, but just not so much about emotions. They just want to keep it light, keep it airy, but they do want to converse with you. We have 7 of Wands clarified by 2 of Wands reversed. Yeah. I feel like this person feels like because you've been so defensive, like the 2 of you are not going to be able to, like, plan anything together. Like, they want... they want to do whatever it takes to show you that you don't need to be defensive. I don't think that they're going to tell you right away that they want a relationship with you, though, because they feel like you might even be defensive about that. And then we have 8 of Wands reversed. They want something to happen here, but they don't want it to happen too quickly. And they also don't want to scare you away as part of it. Like, they feel like if they move too fast with you, then they're going to scare you away and they're going to ruin it. Or they're just going to overwhelm you, because they do see you as someone whose emotions get stirred up really quickly and easily. And they don't want to stir those up because they're afraid that it might backfire on them. And you'll just become defensive, and then they'll never get to tell you that they want a relationship with you. So those are the actions that they're wanting to take. And finally, let's ask, what is the outcome moving forward? What is the likely outcome moving forward? Okay. Well, I think that whatever happens, it's something that you're expecting to happen, and it's something that you don't want to happen. I think that you're going to be very worried in the future. I'm going to clarify this in a minute, what you're so worried about. But something is ending between the 2 of you, and there are 2 doors in the background, and it might be an ending because someone is making a choice of which door to take or something. You know, it seems to me, based on the rest of this reading, this person really wants to be with you. What are you so upset about? So the likely energy or the likely outcome moving forward is that you're going to be really worried. You know, the 9 of Swords does indicate an unnecessary worry, though. So a lot of this is like fears that are in your mind. They're unfounded. I feel like in the near future, you're going to be the one feeling, because we have 6 of Pentacles reversed. In the near future, you're going to be the one wondering if they feel the same way for you, because they are doing something. They're making some major change in their life to pursue something that they want very badly. What is it that they want very badly? Oh, they want the world with you. But they're making some big change in their life, and that big change in their life, they're making that because they so strongly desire to be with you. But I feel like you're not going to understand that. You're going to see this big change that they're making as indicating that they don't feel the same way. So there's a lot of unnecessary worry and confusion, but also some of what you're expecting, some of what's going to happen is going to be expected, and you're prepared for it. And what you're prepared for is the Eight of Cups reversed. The Eight of Cups reversed is about someone not being able to walk away emotionally. So I feel like you are... It's like you know that the two of you are not going to be able to really walk away from each other, but you're also kind of scared about it. I think you both are really scared for whatever reason that things aren't going to turn out the way that you want them to. So going into the future, I feel like you're going to continue to feel that way. And again, I think the biggest takeaway from this portion of the reading for you all is that if this person is making some major change in their life, or if they do in the near future make a big change in their life, and you start to allow that to doubt what their feelings are for you, then Spirit is trying to remind you that they are making that big change because they want so strongly to be with you. Like they want everything with you. They want their whole life with you. They want the world with you. And the two of you are not able to give each other up. You just can't quit each other. And I think you know that, like you're already prepared. You're like, I know that this is not ended. Even if part of you is scared that it might be, for the most part, you continue to know, like, no, there's more to this story. All right, so guys, I really hope that you got something helpful out of that reading. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next. Bye, guys. All right, those who chose reading number 4, which was the Zombie Tarot deck, this is your reading. I'm going to shuffle these before we get started. This is a really difficult deck to shuffle. It has really thick cardstock, which is nice for durability, but it's easier to separate it into 2 piles when you're going to shuffle it. Okay. Let's see. Clumsy. We'll try to shuffle them into each other. Okay. All right, so the first question is, what are this person's romantic feelings for you? So this is the Zombie Tarot deck, so there's a lot of like, ooh, the World card. So there are, oh, this is great, actually. But there are a lot of cards in here which have kind of gory imagery. I'm not going to assume that in and of itself is saying anything about your connection, but because that's just the nature of what the deck looks like. But we have the World, their feelings for you. The World, we have the High Priestess reversed, and then the Six of Swords. Like, this person definitely wants everything with you. Like, they think so highly of you. I mean, look at this card. We have this couple embracing. It's like the world is ending, but they don't even care because they are so in love with each other. That's how strongly this person feels for you. And this is the 4th reading, I believe. A little number stamp. I think I blew it away when I was shuffling. Yeah, reading number 4. And this is the best. This is the best start to any of the readings I've had so far. So this person very, very strongly has, they love you. I mean, I would say that they are in love with you. This is not just a crush for sure. Like, they really see the potential of living out the rest of your lives together. That's what they would want. And again, there's like such strong couple energy. There are not a lot of cards in this deck which demonstrate like couples being like, coupley, like here, obviously they're fighting off these zombies, but they're both smiling. They're happy to be spending time with each other. And I feel like that's how this person sees you and this connection. Like, they feel like the two of you are just really good for each other. Like, you help each other overcome hard times. Like, you're a good influence on each other. They think you are badass too. Like, they think you are so badass. And I feel like they see you as someone that they can confide in as well. Then we have the High Priestess reversed for this person's feelings. I'm going to clarify. We get the 8 of Swords. So this person has some fears sometimes, and they might think that their fears are are they might mistake their fear for their intuition. So they might have a faulty intuition about this connection, which causes them to sometimes be feeling hurt, or like they're locked out of being able to be with you, or, you know, like they have fears and insecurities, basically. And yeah, so they're in love with you, but they do definitely have fears. So that's part of what they're feeling for you, is like a fear that that their heart's going to be caged up, and they're not going to be able to have this world experience with you that they want to have. So this is what I feel like they're feeling. I mean, that was pretty succinct, but we'll pull some more cards just to get a little bit more of an in-depth reading. Okay, so we have, I'm going to use these as like clarifiers. Priestess. Okay, so we have Temperance with Six of Swords. Yes, they definitely want a relationship, or if you're already in a relationship, they want to strengthen that bond. That's what this card indicates to me. The Six of Swords, any of the sixes are pretty good for relationships. It's a good energy of harmony. So I feel like there's a lot of harmony here, and they feel that. And again, they have these fears that the two of you are not going to be able to have this happy family life that they want to have with you. So they're, you know, that message is just coming through strongly. And then we have the Knight of Hazards reversed. Like, it could be that it's something about taking it slow. Like I feel like they're afraid maybe if they go too quickly that they're going to ruin this, or if they don't go quick enough. Like, they feel like the speed at which they move towards you, or at which they try to progress this relationship, is very important. The speed that they're moving at is important. Might be different for different people. Some of them think that they need to move more quickly. Some of them feel like they need to slow down. But timing is definitely important in terms of how they feel like they can achieve this. Because, right, they want to achieve this with you before something catastrophic happens, like a car wreck or the world ending, which is a bit more catastrophic than a car wreck. But, you know, they feel like they have to be really correct with the timing of things if they're going to make it work, basically. All right, so let's go ahead and move on into the next question. The next question we're going to ask for you guys who chose reading number 4 is, what does this person want with you? What do they want from this connection? Let's see. We have Two of Cups reversed, Page of Cups reversed, and the Four of Swords reversed. I'm just going to ask the cards to clarify, why are these all reversed? Okay. We have the Three of Wands. So this is, what do they want? Well, they want to barge in. So I think it's a lot of them are wanting, when we talked about timing before, a lot of them are just like, oh my God, I want to barge right in. But they're afraid they're going to scare you off or something if they do that, or they feel like maybe they already have scared you off, or they've been too intense or something. So what they want with this, I think what they want is the energy of these cards upright, but they're feeling like they can't get it right now. Like they want to, again, they just want to work with the right timing here. So I feel like they want to kind of hold back. But when the timing is right, and when they feel more peaceful, that they can come, you're hearing my cat meowing in case you're not a regular viewer. That's Coco the cat. Anyway, they want to love you. I mean, they want to have these loving times. They want to have these quiet dinners at home with you. I feel like they want, some of them might want to be married. They want to live together, stuff like that. Like they very clearly love you, and they want to be able to express that. They want to have it be mutual. They want to continue to express themselves emotionally with you. But they know they've been kind of like forceful, I think, in like showing you how they feel, or in the way that they've taken action towards you up to this point. And so they kind of feel like they need to slow down a little bit. because maybe they feel like they're scaring you. And it's not going to work if you're scared. So that's what they're wanting. I mean, they want to be with you. So the third question we're going to ask for you guys is, what actions are they going to take? Or what are their intentions? They want to make you feel beautiful and adored. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So what I notice in this card the most is there's this woman, she's picking up trash. It looks like her back hurts. And then in the background, if you can see it, there's this little zombie here watching her. There's another zombie right here. Like they... Another one here. I feel like because this was reversed, like this person is just very careful about how they interact with you and how they approach you. Like they don't want to constantly be observing you. They don't want to make you feel like you're under a microscope, you know, or they don't want you to think that they are that jealous type. But what they do want to do is take action towards making you know how beautiful that they think you are as the Queen of Cups. Like, you know, they want to make sure that you have an enjoyable life, that you're happy. For some of you, they might want to impress you with their brains, you know, with their intelligence. We have Six of Cups reversed for what they want. Normally the Six of Cups, it can indicate like a connection to someone from the past. Maybe some of you are scared that this person wants to go back to an ex of theirs and they don't want that. So their action is to make you certain that they don't want that. I'm going to clarify these cards to understand better. Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, they feel like you're someone who a lot of people just kind of claim, even maybe in a sexual way, like they feel like people use you or like see you as an object or something. Some person to use and then discard, or you feel like they feel like maybe you've had a lot of bad experiences in love where people have been abusive or they've used you or something. And I think part of the reason they don't want to be always watching you and observing you or make you feel uncomfortable is because of that. Like they definitely want to be a gentleman, a lady, whatever. Like they want to be chivalrous. They want to be courteous. They want to make sure that you don't feel like you're being used, basically. And they don't want you to feel like you're under like a microscope, as I already said before. I feel like they feel that what they need to do is kind of explain themselves to you as well, or like they feel like you might have they have some things that they need to defend with you regarding you. Like maybe they feel like you would find some fault with certain things they've done or said, and they want to be like, hey, you know, you're misunderstanding me, this is what I meant by that kind of thing. And we have Six of Cups reversed and the Empress reversed. I feel like some of them, I mean, my initial feeling is with these reversals, like they don't want to have kids with you. Like even though the Queen of Cups is also a mothering card, like maybe that's part of it. Like they feel like you might be very defensive about the fact that they don't want to have children. So they feel like they need to explain that to you. Explain better why, because they feel like you're not going to like the fact that they don't want to have kids. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily just with you. Like I feel like they just don't want to have kids. And maybe they feel like you do because they're seeing you as the Queen of Cups, which is a very motherly energy. Okay, so next, let's ask, let's see. So we already asked, what are their feelings? We asked, what do they want from this? And this question was, what are they going to do? What are their intentions? Let's just ask now. The final question is, what is the likely outcome moving forward between the two of you? Okay. So we have, excuse me, the Judgment card, the King of Cups reverse, and then the King of Wands reverse. So if there have been two different people that you have been considering, I feel like the one that you are most likely to be with is this King of Wands person, which is someone who's, you know, kind of a gambler, a risk taker, you know, someone who is, they might be interested in other cultures, interested in philosophy and higher learning. Sometimes the King of Wands could be someone who's interested in spirituality, can represent a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, although it doesn't have to be. But this is someone who is kind of bold in certain, not scared of taking risks. Hold on just a second. My camera is about to run out of storage space. One moment. All right, guys, sorry about that disruption. I had to clear off some old videos off my camera. So yeah, I feel like this is the person, this King of Wands person, whoever that might be. It seems like that would be the person that you would be more likely to end up with. And I feel like there's going to come some change in which there might be another person who is very emotional, who expresses a lot of emotions towards you. They might be very charming. And I feel like something is going to happen either to end this with this person if you're involved with them, or you're just going to choose that this is not the right person. And you're going to be choosing to move on with this person who I think is the person we've been doing the reading about. Seems like their energy, because it's also the energy of someone who wants to move pretty quickly, who seems very passionate. But I feel like, you know, before you can be with this person, there's someone else who's going to have to be knocked out of the picture somehow. Some other person who wants to be with you as well, who also has significant feelings for you. Let's just clarify here. See what... So Justice card sometimes to me when it comes up upright is just telling me that what I've just said is correct. So I think that's it. And it also indicates that there might be some legal change that has to happen. That whatever this change is, it might involve legal matters. Yeah, Five of Wands to me is a card about competition in a romantic, or it can be about conflict or whatever, but I feel like it's telling me that if this person has been competing to be with you, they're either going to stop competing, they're going to leave this fight because they don't feel like they can win the fight to be with you. And then you're going to be more likely to be with this King of Wands type. But this King of Wands person, this is someone who they're not sure about commitment. I feel like they don't want to be married, or they you know, so they have more of like a free-spirited energy. So let's ask more about that. Okay, yeah. I mean, this person really feels like, because the Queen of Wands is someone who gets a lot of attention. We had that Nine of Wands before as well, and now the Hermit card. It just shows like a woman who has a lot of admirers. I feel like this person they have a lot of fears. because they see that you attract so much. Like, even when this King of Cups person leaves the competition to be with you, like, there are still two people fighting to be with you. And it's like, it's too much for this person sometimes. Or maybe they feel like you don't want commitment, and so they want to offer you freedom. Like, hey, maybe we could, you know, be in a relationship, but you don't have to be tied down. Like, maybe they feel like that's the best way that they could win, you know, this competition that they feel like is just never ending. That there's always like a line of people wanting to be with you. It's like they feel like that's the key to your heart, maybe, is not committing to you. It's not necessarily that they wouldn't want to, but they just feel like maybe you're someone who doesn't want that themselves, or like you want to keep your options open. You like having attention from a lot of people or something. So anyway, I mean, this isn't the ultimate. This doesn't mean that you're not going to have commitment with them. This is just the forward moving energy between the two of you. So if you get together with this person and you do want commitment, you know, you're probably going to have to explain to them convincingly that that is what you do want. But yeah, that's what I see in your upcoming future. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that reading was helpful and informative, and I will see you later. Bye guys. All right, this is the reading for people who chose number 5, which is the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. I'm just going to shuffle about 3 times here, and then we'll get started. Okay, and if you hear a cat meowing in the background, that is my cat Coco. If you're not familiar with my readings, she does that a lot. All right. So the first question we're going to ask for the person that you're thinking about, what are this person's romantic feelings about you? Okay, so we have the Fool, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. So we have 2 major arcana cards. So I feel like this is they think that this is a very significant connection. Like, they're not taking this lightly. The Two of Wands does indicate that they have a lot of passion for you, and they do feel like there is definite passion that draws the two of you together. Two of Wands can indicate someone wanting to have a partnership with someone, but just in general, like, it indicates there is a definite passionate attraction. I feel like, you know, in terms of their feelings for you, it makes them feel very free. It makes them feel very alive and very open to what might happen. It also causes their feelings for you, cause them to be very introspective. Maybe they want to, like, you know, grow spiritually or personally. They're really doing a lot of inner seeking. Let's see what else. I'm going to clarify each of these cards to get a little bit of a deeper meaning or a fuller meaning. I don't know if I said this in the intro or if I just said it in another of the readings, but if you ever get the Love Connection reading as a paid personal reading, it is typed out. That's just easier for me than uploading, because uploading takes so long. But it is about 3 to 4 pages typed. So I do go into pretty good detail in those readings. I like to try to give you your money's worth. Okay, so clarifying that Two of Wands, we have the King of Wands reverse. So yeah, like a lot of passion. From them to you. But this might be someone who doesn't really know, like, that the passion that they have for you might be a little erratic, because we have this King being in the reverse, which can also show someone being a little bit egotistical, or, you know, like, you know, a little bit in their pride or something when it comes to you. I think they're proud of the fact that they could attract you. The fact that they probably can sense that you are attracted to them, and sometimes I feel like they feel more confident about that, and sometimes they feel less confident. That could also be why the King of Wands is reversed, because we also have the Six of Wands reversed. You know, this is normally a card of success, someone who's going to feel like, their connection to you is going to be successful, that you're going to notice them, that you are going to like them, that everything's going to work out. And it's reversed. It's like despite the fact that they're not sure sometimes if this is going to work out or if you feel the same way for them, they do still feel open with the Fool card to kind of continue pursuing what there is here, because they feel like it's significant. With the Page of Cups, you're definitely bringing in these feelings of love for them and making them feel loved. And it feels different to them, different to them than it has felt before in a good way. Romantic feelings have never been quite like this for them before. It's new. They're still exploring this, and it's causing them to look within as well to kind of understand their emotions about you more. So in summary, I feel like their confidence about you fluctuates. Their confidence about how you feel about them, or whether or not they're going to be successful with you. But they are definitely optimistic. I feel like they're hoping for the best. I feel like they're seeing this connection as being something that's going to lead them towards a real significant personal transformation. Like they definitely feel like whatever happens here, they feel like this connection is happening for a reason, and it's happening to help improve their life. So I feel like they feel very optimistic about it. They really enjoy this connection, and sometimes they're very aware of how you feel for them. I think most of the time they are, but there are other times when they have doubts. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Anything else Spirit really wants you to know? The Empress card. I mean, they just think that you are beautiful. I feel like this person really adores you. Part of this King of Wands could be too, like they, it makes them feel good. The idea of like being with you, like they feel like it would make them look good too, because they see you as being extremely attractive, physically attractive, but also your personality. You're just very loving with the Empress and the Page of Cups here. So Spirit wants you to know, like, this person is really into you. But they do have some ego issues, but I feel like they're working on those. So that's all good. We all have ego issues. There's nothing there's no reason to judge someone for, just being human. But that's what I'm getting in terms of their feelings. So let me pull a few more cards for the next question that we're going to ask for you guys in reading number 5. And we're going to ask, what does this person want with you? What do they want with you? What do they want out of this connection? Okay. So we have 10 of Cups reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, and then the 3 of Wands. So these first 2 cards, if they were upright, would make me feel like this person definitely wants to go the distance with you. Like, this would tell me, like, this is someone who wants to, like, get married, maybe have a family, live together, live happily ever after. But they are in reversal. So I think this person isn't that far along in terms of what they're wanting. Like, maybe it hasn't, they're just not there yet in terms of like really thinking like this is going to be the rest of my life with you. And I think that makes sense with the Fool card and their emotions as well. They would prefer to live more in the moment. But they do hope something comes out of this. The 3 of Wands does show that, and there's a lot of wands here with this person. Like, they have a very passionate energy towards you. They do want things to happen. They want action, I think that's more what they want, more than like long-term planning. This person isn't as interested in like long-term planning right now as they are in just like the exhilaration of romance, the falling in love experience, the flirtation, the playfulness, going on dates, like getting to know each other. I feel like that's more what they're seeking right now. And in this particular deck, the Santa Muerte Tarot, this little bird here, let's see if I can get it to show. It's holding a book that says Virtue. What does it say? Projects of Virtue. It's hard to pick it up here totally. Projects of Virtue. So I feel like whatever they're going to do, even if they're not really thinking about commitment or like the rest of your lives per se, They definitely want to act virtuously towards you. They're not going to take advantage of you. They're definitely not wanting to use you. You know, it's just they're not really thinking of it that far along. Again, they're more interested in just getting to know each other and enjoying the moment together. So that's what I feel like they want. That seems like a pretty full message in and of itself, but we'll pull, let's say, ask, is there anything else Spirit wants us to know? I don't really feel like I need to clarify these cards. I feel like I understood them about what this person wants. Okay, so there's definitely, for them, like I got this feeling before, they feel like this is transformative and they are really looking forward to this connection really transforming their lives. You know, they're wanting that new chapter of their life, you know, and I feel like they see you being a part of that in some way. You know, they're not going to pin down exactly what that means, but they know that the connection the two of you have influences them personally and in terms of their life's journey in such a way that you're helping to kind of pull them up to the next level of existence. So they're looking forward to that because there are, you know, they acknowledge that there are issues. The King of Cups reversed, Seven of Wands reversed. You know, this person has, I think, felt this spiritual calling for a while. You know, maybe the calling to like ancient wisdom or being more connected to the spirituality of nature or whatever. I think they want to become more grounded in their spirituality, but they haven't really known how. And so for whatever reason, you are inspiring that in them, this kind of new stage of growth. And it's something that they've also been kind of resisting. Like they want this spiritual growth and this new life, but they're also resisting it. With the King of Cups too, I think in the reversal, what came to mind when I pulled that card was some of these people could be dealing with alcoholism as well, or some other sort of addictions, or like just not knowing how to deal with their emotions very well. And, you know, doing things that are maybe self-destructive to try to like handle their emotions. Whatever this is, for some it could be alcohol, it could be other addictions, or just, you know, in general, they're not good with their emotions. And they know that that is problematic, and they know that that's something that they need to work on. But just like with this spiritual growth, it's like they've been resisting making those changes that they need to make as well. So I think one of the things they're looking forward to in this connection is you kind of inspire them. So think about the connection with you really inspires them to be more willing to make those changes, and they really are looking forward to that. All right, so the third question we're going to ask is, what are this person's intentions towards you? What are they intending? What actions might they take? Are they wanting to take? Let's see, what are this person's intentions? Chariot reversed. Okay, so, you know, like I said, this person's confidence towards you, it wavers sometimes. I feel like right now they're in kind of a difficult headspace regarding you in terms of like moving forward with this connection. They feel like they don't know how to do that. They want to put in a lot of effort to make this work, but they feel kind of mentally trapped right now. They're kind of stuck in their anxiety, and so it keeps them from really knowing what actions to take. So yeah, I think right now they're just kind of stuck in that anxiety. But I feel like once they feel less anxious, they do desire, their hope, their intention is that the two of you could, you know, work on building this connection and making more out of it. Let me clarify each of these cards to get a deeper understanding. Okay. Yeah, I think this person is feeling like, you know, we said before that they're not really thinking about the long term per se, but they do like the security of like knowing that someone's going to be around. And they like the idea of, the potential of having something that's more committed and long-term. They definitely don't want you to leave their life, and they don't want to leave your life. They want to stick around in your life and continue to be a presence in your life. With the Ace of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords, yeah, it's just like right now they just want more clarity about this because they're feeling very confused. They're feeling mentally burdened by the anxieties that they're having. And also with the Moon clarifying Chariot reverse. Chariot is normally a card about wanting to move forward, having the momentum to move forward from point A to point B. But the Moon card is showing, like, they're scared. This person is scared. They're, again, as we saw before, they're not very good with their emotions. So this whole thing is very scary to them, that, you're bringing about a lot of new emotions for them. And they like it, but it also is scary. It's causing them to have to understand themselves more fully. So I feel like right now they're just kind of like trying to understand their emotions better, trying to have better clarity. And those are, more than anything else, those are the actions that they want to take. But in addition to that, they're like, I'm going to wait around. I'm going to spend some time here and try to figure this out. I'm not going to run away from this. So I think they are going to be steadily open to this connection and trying to find more clarity so that they understand better what steps to take. Right now, I think they don't know what steps to take. All right, so the final question we have is, what is the likely outcome for the two of you moving forward? What's the likely outcome moving forward? Let's see, what's the likely outcome? Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles reversed, Four of Swords, and then the Strength reversed. So I feel like, there's peace between the two of you. This is a card of peacefulness, and I feel like both of you have things in your life that you need to put to rest. You need to put the last nail in the coffin on certain things in your life before this connection could really move forward too much. But there's a peacefulness here, and the fours to me always indicate like a firm foundation. So again, this person wants to stay around. They don't want to like give up on this. And I think that you don't either. But there are some things in both of your lives that you really kind of need to attend to. And I think that that is kind of what the energy is going to be more for both of you going forward. Let me just clarify these other cards. Okay. We've got the Devil reversed. Okay, like a lot of wands, a lot of passionate energy, because the Devil card and the Strength card are both very passionate energies as well. I feel like the attraction between the two of you is very strong, but I think right now it's kind of volatile or something. Like there is security here, but I feel like the way the passion is right now, it's almost like too erratic for you all to be able to plant the seed of this connection right now. Like this is not the time for starting a relationship for sure. Because I think both of you both have issues of, self-destruction or codependence, addictions, things like that, or just things that you do to kind of self-sabotage that would get in the way of this being a good idea for the two of you to really start a relationship for real right now. Or if you're in a relationship, for the two of you to really like go to the next level. I feel like this is not the time for that, because both of you kind of need to work again on like releasing certain things from your lives. Could be releasing other people. It could also be, releasing addictions or codependent behavior, relationship patterns, things like that. With Strength reversed and Five of Wands, I also think part of these Devil issues might be jealousy and possessiveness. So I feel like those are emotions that you all might be feeling coming up in the future. Like maybe there is a lot of jealousy and possessiveness here. and you're not having the strength to really tame your ego regarding that jealousy and possessiveness. So there's a lot of passion, and sometimes that passion could mean that one or both of you has like temper tantrums. You get really angry about the other person. There might be moments where you both are like, well, F it, I'm just going to burn this bridge. It's not happening. I'm frustrated. I don't understand what's going on. I don't think either of you are ever going to really burn this bridge, though, because we have this firm foundation here. But things are also kind of erratic. So that's what I see coming up. I think that everything's going to be okay. Nothing horrible is going to happen, but I feel like there might be some feelings of jealousy and possessiveness. And I definitely do not think that this is going to be going to the next level anytime soon before each of you individually kind of works on your issues. So I hope that this was helpful to you in some way. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you will like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see my future videos. And guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello to people who chose reading number 6. You are choosing the Animal Totem Tarot. Let me just give it a good shuffle here, and then we'll get into your questions. Since I'm going to be reading in reversals, I like to shuffle it this way as well to kind of switch up which way the cards are in the deck. Okay, so the person you're thinking of, what are their romantic feelings for you? We have the Hanged Man reversed, the Two of Wands reversed, and the Page of Swords reversed. Oops, let me clarify. Hanged Man. Queen of Cups reversed. The Moon reversed. A lot of reversals here. I feel like this person is very reluctant in their feelings for you. They do have significant emotions. I feel like with the Moon and the Queen of Cups reversed, though, they're trying to sort of push those emotions away. I feel like they might feel like they've given too much to this relationship with the Hanged Man, like they've sacrificed too much, or they're afraid that this connection would require them to make too many sacrifices, and they are not interested in doing that. I feel also they don't trust your emotions. That's part of it. Like, you may have expressed your emotions to them, or, something like that, and they're not sure they can trust that. I feel like with the Queen of Cups and the Moon reversed, they're very confused about the situation. I feel like almost they're trying to hold back from having emotions about you because they don't feel like they can trust this situation. I also have the Page of Swords reversed, so it's like normally when someone's confused, they would want to learn more about the situation, to try to understand it more. They would want to analyze it. A lot of people overanalyze, trying to figure out, well, what's that, why did they do that? Why did they say that? What does it mean? This person doesn't even want to do that. They would rather just stick their head in the sand completely and not even deal with this connection. I'm also feeling like this might be someone who either they don't have a lot of relationship experience, or they don't even want relationship experience. This might be someone very young, or just emotionally they're very young. I don't think they really understand relationships in the way that most people do. This might be someone who prefers to be alone because that does make sense to them. And I feel like this person doesn't really like doing anything for other people. Like, they're pretty selfish, like not in a mean way. They don't have any antagonism against other people really, but it's more like they don't, most of us feel like we have some sort of responsibility to other people, to our community, to our world, to our families, our friends, or something like this. This person doesn't really, they don't have that, they they don't have that sense of responsibility to other people. I don't think that they're a sociopath or anything, or like a bad person. It's just more like they're just going through their lives, like living their lives for themselves, which sounds bad, but it just doesn't occur to them, you know. Like if you're having a family meal and the meal is over, you know, there are people who are going to like volunteer to help clean up and that kind of thing. This person, it wouldn't even occur to them to do that. They just don't, you know, they may have grown up with parents, maybe especially a mother who did everything for them, like washed their clothes, cooked their meals. And so they just always assumed that wasn't anything that they were expected to do. They, you know, they just always experienced people taking care of their needs. And so they just never learned how to grow out of that childish approach to life. This could even be the type of person who continues to live at home with their parents even into adulthood, that kind of thing. And I feel like this is probably someone who is not super self-aware either, because they just prefer not to look within. So yeah, I don't think that they're really seeing any potential here, but let's go ahead and ask the other questions anyway and see what else we come up with. The second question is, what does this person want out of this connection? Let's see, maybe they just want to be friends, or maybe something else. We have the High Priestess reversed, the King of Cups, and the Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, with Two of Wands before reversed and now Two of Cups, they don't want a relationship. And I don't think they want any kind of romantic thing with you. They do want to be nice to you, like they see you as they feel like they do want to at least be nice to you. You know, this isn't someone who's going to help you move or like, you know, take out the trash for you or do things for you per se, but they do, if they're around you, if they happen to be around you, they're going to be nice. Genuinely nice, you know, because they feel kindly towards you, even though they don't really trust your emotions. Or, you know, if you told this person, like, I have feelings for you, they would not trust that, for example, because they just don't understand that. And then we have the High Priestess reversed. So I feel like partly you already intuitively know what this person wants or doesn't want, but you are blocking your intuition about that, maybe because you're hoping that it's something different. But let me clarify. I think you do know that this person does care about you. And so that's why you're hoping that they want the same thing, because you can tell that they do have loving feelings, but loving feelings doesn't equate to being in love in a romantic sense. And even if this person unconsciously is in love with you romantically or has romantic feelings, they definitely are just not interested in that. I don't think it has to do with you per se, as much as this is just how they are in general. They're not super interested in that. In terms of what they want, Priestess. Yeah, I mean, this person just tries to avoid anything that's too weird or like too out there. They don't like to be disillusioned. They like to continue to live in their own like limited perspective of the world. They don't like other people to challenge their beliefs or challenge their way of life. So that's what I'm getting. And I feel like having a romance with you would challenge them in too many ways that they're not interested in. For one thing, it would challenge them to have to kind of like use their intuition to understand you better. And like, they're just not interested in that. You know, they're going to be nice to you, but they don't want to exert any special kind of energy to try to understand your emotions. Or, you know, if you needed comforting or something like that, they're not interested. Yeah, they're coming through as the King of Cups, but they're not here to like hug you or be your shoulder to lean on, but they would be nice to you. They would be cordial. So I feel like this is almost not even a friend energy, but more like a friendly acquaintance. You know, that's where they would prefer, because they don't want something to just totally change their life. Okay, so the next question we're going to ask for you guys is, what actions is this person going to take towards you? What are their intentions, if any? I don't think they have much in the way of intentions based on what we've seen so far, except for like safeguarding themselves from having to grow up and emotionally mature. You know, this person is a little bit developmentally delayed, is what I feel like. So what are their intentions? So we have the Seven of Cups reversed, the Knight of Cups, and then the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like they're going to continue to be nice to you. Sometimes it might even seem like they're trying to be romantic. At some level, maybe they are trying to be a little bit, but it's like, I feel like it's more like they see you eventually maybe moving on, or like they can tell that maybe you're looking for some sort of committed life, and of course, as we've seen, that's just not what they're interested in. Let me clarify each of these cards to understand better. We have Seven of Wands, the Chariot, Two of Pentacles reversed. We've had 3 2 cards show up in the reversal. This person definitely, I'm sorry if you're wanting them to want a relationship with you, but I feel like they don't. You know, pay attention to your own intuition. This is a general reading, but based on the cards, I'm picking up on the energy of someone who does not want a relationship with you, probably not in general. Yeah, so I don't know, like they do like you. I mean, maybe at some level, like in their imagination, they like to toy around a little bit with the idea of romance with you. So I think they do acknowledge to some degree a little bit of romantic feelings, and you've picked up on that. But I almost feel like it's more like they're interested in seeing how you might connect with someone else. Like they're kind of, they care about you, and I feel like they want to see how the rest of your life unfolds. Like they're interested in knowing who you end up with long term, because they feel like that's what you're looking for. So I feel like they're sending good vibes your way. And then we have a lot of 7 cards, because the Chariot card is a 7 card as well. 7 of Cups reversed with 7 of Wands. The 7 of Cups is about, you know, having a lot of options, being confused by those options. And the reversal, their intention is not, they don't want to confuse you, and they don't want to be confused emotionally. I think this situation between the two of you has them feeling a little bit defensive sometimes. You know, they might think that you are confused and think that they want something more than what they want. So I feel like they want an end to any kind of confusion about that. But they do care about you at the same time. So they're trying to find the balance between those two feelings of like wanting to be nice to you, you know, maybe having like these kind of childish romantic thoughts about you, but not anything serious, not anything that they would ever really act on or speak. It's just, it isn't at that level for them. You know, they might like the idea of romance a little bit in their head, but in reality, I don't think they like it as much. So that's what I'm getting in terms of their intentions. Finally, let's ask, what is the likely outcome moving forward? What's going to be happening in this connection? I feel like a 4th card is wanting to come up. So we've got 3 of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed, 5 of Pentacles, and then 8 of Swords. What is Justice reversed? Well, I mean, I don't feel like, again, with Three of Pentacles reversed, I definitely don't think that there's going to be a relationship here. I really doubt any of you are already in a relationship with this person. If you are, I feel like it would almost be like you're their partner / their mommy, you know, like taking care of them, because this person is very young. They're very juvenile. But I think most of you are not with this person, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I mean, I kind of felt that throughout the reading, but this seems like another confirmation of it. I think maybe you'll continue to know each other, and there might continue to be kind of like awkward moments or something. Again, this person is just kind of blind. They just don't see very clearly. There are definitely, whatever the opposite of being an empath is, that is what this person is. You know, like they might be somewhere on the scale, like with Asperger's. I can see this being someone with Asperger's who's just not really clued into other people's emotions, something like that. So I feel like that's going to continue to be the case. This person just isn't really very aware. They're not very self-aware, but they're also not very aware of other people. Other people's needs, other people's emotions. Yeah, and I think that the Justice is reversed is just saying that you're not going to get what you want out of this, which might be a partnership or something. Or, you know, you don't... What you want out of this is the opposite of what you expect. So you probably kind of expect at some level that this is not going to happen. But you feel like that's wrong. You feel like somehow like fate or destiny has done you wrong in not allowing you to be with this person. But, you know, they're just going to continue. This person is just so much happier being alone. You know, that for them is how they fare best in the world. And so I feel like that's really what's going to continue, unfortunately, because it seems like you want something more than that. But, you know, sometimes things are just not meant to be. So, guys, that's what I'm getting. I hope that that has provided you with some clarity and insight. You know, remember to stay in touch with your own intuition. If this is markedly different from what the real life evidence and your own intuition are telling you about this, then just let it go. It's a general reading. But if it does sound like this person and you're getting confirmations, you know, throughout the reading, and it provides you with an extra insight beyond that, you know, then I feel like that's the most helpful thing that a tarot reading can provide for you. So I do hope it provided you with some sort of insight and it was helpful in some way. And thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed the reading. That helps me out, and I appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that if you'd like to see more of my readings in the future and stay in touch with my channel. And guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome back, people who chose reading number 7, which is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Let me get these shuffled for you. And we'll get into the reading. So the first question we are asking is, what are this person's romantic feelings for you that you're watching this about? Okay. So we have Six of Swords reversed, Death reversed, and then Knight of Cups reversed. So I just pulled a card to clarify, like, why all of these reversals. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, so this might sound strange, but you know, the cards are telling me that the reason these are reversed for their feelings is because this is the one. Like, this is a very significant, you know, this is a very significant connection. This person may not realize it yet. But we have the Ace of Swords upright and Justice upright, and both of these cards to me are like yes cards or like this is the one cards. And then we have it paired with the Lovers and the Four of Wands, which are both about like a happy romantic union. So I feel like this person just, maybe they are not recognizing that, or they are afraid of it or something. But that's what the reversal is. So these are this person's genuine feelings, but I feel like maybe they haven't realized yet the full potential of this. Like they know that they have these feelings, which I'm going to go into detail about here in a second. They know that they have these feelings, but they don't realize yet the full significance of what this connection is. I feel like that's what's going on here. So, you know, we have the Six of Swords, the Death, and the Knight of Cups. You know, the Knight of Cups definitely indicates they have romantic feelings for you. They also care about you, and I feel like if there've been any hurt feelings here, any heartbreak, any arguments, anything like that, conflict, they do want to move on from that. They want the energy between the two of you to be easier, but they also feel like that path of healing, the path of healing this connection is going to require like really deep healing. It's like they want to get to the good stuff, like the romance, the lightheartedness, flirtation, you know, talking about their emotions to you. But they feel like they kind of have to go through the brimstone first in terms of a healing process in order for that to happen. And maybe that's why they're not sure like that this is the one, or they haven't seen that yet, is because there's just like a lot of stuff weighing this down that they know needs healing. Let me clarify each of these cards to get like a more comprehensive understanding. There might be a geographical distance between the two of you as well, and they feel like, so for some of you it might be that there would have to be a lot of traveling taking place for the two of you to really move forward together as well, or like a lot of communication that would be necessary for healing to occur. Could be both of those. And then we have the Death with the Ace of Cups reversed. I feel like this person feels like sometimes you shut off your love for them, or vice versa. It's like both of you maybe at different times have kind of like turned off the faucet of your love, maybe because you've been hurt or something, or for whatever reason you doubted the connection or whatever. And it's kind of like they feel like there's a lot of emotional energy kind of clogged up between the two of you. And they know like to be able to move past that. It's like if you went to buy a house that had been lived in by a hoarder, and it's a great house. The house itself is in good condition, but it would require like a lot of cleaning up before you ever got to the point of actually being able to enjoy living in the house. That's kind of like how they feel about this connection. Like there's a lot of healing, a lot that needs to be cleaned up. For some of you, it might require like either moving or like a lot of extensive traveling back and forth in order for the two of you to really make this work. And they just feel like there are a lot of issues that need to be addressed so that the love can flow more fully. And I feel like this person has doubts even then, like even if they cleaned everything up and they were able to express their love to you more so, like they know that even then there would be even more transformation that would be required. Or like, it's like this person's really like looking out over the long term. They're trying to anticipate any possible problems that it could occur here. They definitely have feelings. I feel like they want this to move forward. They want more out of this. And in our next question, we're going to ask that specifically. What do they want here? They have significant feelings for you, but they're kind of like more worried about the whole process in terms of like what is required for both of you to change and heal and transform in order to make this possible. The emotions are there, but in terms of it really being possible for it to work in a harmonious way, they're also doing a lot of thinking about like what would that require. And yeah, so that's what I'm getting right now for that first question. Let's go ahead and move into the next question, which is, what do they want with you? What are they seeking with you? What would they most want to have with you? Okay. Well, I think they want to be more able to do that transformative work, especially when it comes to like going into their emotions, and really exploring the depth of their emotions for you, their fears, you know, because they do have a lot of fears that are holding them back from like totally embracing this connection. So I feel like they know that they need to address those fears. They need to look at their shadow. They need to, you know, think about like, why am I so afraid of this? What does it mean? What can I do about it? How can I become less fearful? How can I be more open? I feel like they understand that that's what they need to do. So they want that to happen. We also have the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Ace of Pentacles. In terms of what they want, they want you to not have to be the person doing all the work of this relationship, because they see you as someone who would be willing to do that. Like, you'd be willing to put in all of the effort, like, you know, to run the house, to make a good income, you know, to take care of people, to cook, to clean, you know. They feel like you might be willing to do all of those things, but they don't want that because they feel like, for one thing, that's not sustainable. Even if you might be willing to give that much, they don't feel like that is sustainable, and it's just not what they don't want that for you. They don't feel like you deserve that, for one thing. And so they want to be cautious. They want to, you know, try to plant the seed of this connection in the best way. They definitely want something more to come out of this with the Ace of Pentacles, and they are seeing that as probably more of a long-term thing. But again, they're realizing that there's so much internally and externally that they have to do to make that even possible. So they're just trying to be very pragmatic about it and really think about what the best way is forward. And we have Page of Cups reversed with the Three of Cups. What they also want is to be, like, I feel like being together with you around other people, like in a group setting, or there might be just other people who makes them feel like they want to spend time with you around other people, but they also know, I feel like they maybe get jealous or, you know, it makes them scared. They have a lot, this person gets scared easily emotionally. They've probably been hurt. They've probably experienced a lot of loss, maybe they've felt abandoned before. And so they want to enjoy good times with you. They want to like go out on dates and things like that. But it's like if the two of you went out on a date and they saw someone else looking at you in a certain way, like it would trigger this fear, this emotional fear, this fear of being abandoned again or being rejected. So they want to address all of that. Like this person might even be going to therapy or, you know, some sort of support group or something. Like I feel like this person is really interested in doing a lot of self-improvement. And so what do they want from this? They want like a super healthy relationship with you, but they want to get to that in the right way. And they feel like that's going to require a lot. They see that as being like a significant project. It's going to require a lot because this person is very honest with themselves. They're like, you know what? I get jealous. I do get scared. They're aware of that. They acknowledge that they get in their fear a lot when it comes to love. So they just really want to take care of that. They want to clean up their house, so to speak, so that they can live in it very comfortably. I'm using that as a metaphor. I'm not saying this person has a messy house. Okay, so what do they want from you? The next question we're going to ask for you guys in reading 7 is, what is this person intending to do, or what actions are they going to be taking towards you? Okay. Well, I don't think they're planning on taking any actions. Let's see, what are their intentions? They would like things to happen. I think they would like communication, but I feel like they're not feeling confident to take that baby step towards initiating that. Like you make them so happy, but they, it's like happiness scares them as well. They're scared of happiness. Again, I feel like this person has kind of been, they have abandonment issues. They have fear of rejection, that kind of thing. So when there's a promise of great happiness with someone, to them, it's very scary. I think that's why we got all of those reversals in the beginning as well. Like, even though this is a very significant connection and Spirit wants to make sure you're aware of that as well, it terrifies this person, because they feel like if the two of you did get together and create something significant and then something happened to end it, they're very scared of that happening, because that would hurt them so much more than if they were in a relationship with someone they felt pretty good about, versus someone who it was like a true love match, like one of the best matches they could ever have. That is so much scarier because it brings them so much joy, and then that joy can be yanked out from underneath them and they have farther to fall. So I feel like they're not even interested in right now of taking a cautious risk towards you, but they do wish that you would communicate with them, I think. I feel like they just don't really they're not really feeling their confidence right now. Let me ask, what is it going to take for this person to get more confident? Again, a lot of reversals. I feel like this is someone who kind of looks to signs. They wait for their guides, maybe, or they just look for signs of like it's time to act or it's not time to act. It could be that they rely on that a little bit too much. I feel like if they didn't rely on that so much, if they could just trust their own inner guidance more, they would see that anything they want, they can have. They would see it more rationally, more logically. Oh, I can make choices in my life. Oh, if I try, I'm more likely to succeed than if I don't try. If I give something to this connection, I'm more likely to get something back in return than if I don't take any action at all. So I think that it's just more like they're kind of, they're willing to do a lot of this transformative work and this inner healing, but I feel like in terms of like reaching out to you in an external way to like get things moving between the two of you or get communication more active, they're just not as willing to do that because they're kind of trusting. They either are waiting for you to do it, or they're waiting for like a very obvious sign. It would have to be like a super obvious sign, like, okay, it's okay to act now. You know, you're going to be well received. So I feel like this person needs to gain more confidence through trusting their own inner guidance more. So what's the likelihood that they're going to do that? We have the King of Wands reversed, with the Queen of Cups and Five of Cups. You know, they're staying in this reversed energy. The King of Wands upright is very confident. They know that they can get what they want, but it's in the reversal. It's like they really want you to take the lead here, especially emotionally. They see you as being someone who, like, they can tell that you're empathic and you really care about their emotions. At some level, they know that you care about them and that you care about their emotions. And they're feeling like, if they cared about me so much, why wouldn't they just make it easier for me? Because I don't know how to get where I want to go. So I feel like it's going to take a while for them to gain this confidence, because right now they're really focused on the negative. They're focused on what they can't have with you. They're focused on the problems, and they're not really seeing the solutions. They're also not seeing how they can be a part of the solution simply, you know, by reaching out to you more. So that's what I'm seeing here in terms of what actions they might take, what intentions they might have. So finally, what's the likely outcome moving forward? So much reversals. In terms of the time period that we're looking at here, I'm getting the Nine of Wands, which is a shorter time period. I believe wands are weeks and swords are days, or it could be reversed. But we are looking more about the short term, so anywhere from, you know, a couple months to a little over a week, somewhere maybe a month and a half, somewhere between the two. I don't know. So within the next couple of months, that's just what we're looking at in terms of the outcome moving forward. That's what's addressed in these cards. More of like the immediate energy, immediate outcome is, I mean, I think this person really wants to talk to you. So they're going to be wanting to talk to you in that time period. But I feel like they're not going to, because they are afraid that maybe you won't, you know, like I feel like they're like this guy here on these crutches, like, you know, he's like, oh my God, I want to help her, you know, like I want to talk to her. I want to work with her on this. I want to cooperate. But they feel like you are just going to keep walking forward and like not even pay attention to them. They feel like you don't see them as someone who could really help them or be useful to them in any way. This person is really struggling with a lot of confidence issues, because they have all of these fears of getting hurt, you know, like they're just trying to avoid getting hurt. They're trying to avoid having this, you know, on an emotional level. They're avoiding this, trying to avoid this level of pain, but gosh, they really want to talk to you. They do want to communicate with you. We saw that earlier with the Eight of Wands. It's just they are still going to be for a while kind of too scared to do that, to initiate that themselves. Yeah, this person's very cautious. They've been hurt a lot, you know. It's like with the Nine of Wands here. And I feel like they look at you and they see you as someone who, they might see you as kind of a heartbreaker. And so they're wary. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to get hurt again. You know, they may have already been hurt by you, and they feel like this is, This is just going to happen again, and they don't want that. But what is it the person wants to communicate with you so much? What do they want to say? Wow. Okay. So yeah, I mean, they want to be your stable partner. I also feel like they're saying that they really admire your psychic ability. Again, I feel like they see you as very empathic. We picked that up before with the Queen of Cups card. They really admire you. They want you to know that, for one thing. They have a lot of respect for you. They see the two of you as being kind of different because they're more grounded and reality-based, and you might be a little bit more like woo-woo and more into intuition and stuff. That doesn't mean that they aren't also interested in that in some level, but I think maybe not to the degree that you are. But yeah, they want to let you know that they want a long-term commitment with you. They want to be your stability. They want to be that rock for you to lean on. Because again, we saw before, they see you as someone who maybe in your relationships, maybe they've noticed that you tend to be the one doing all the work and that kind of thing, emotionally and otherwise, and they want to be someone that you can lean on for support. And with the King of Cups, I feel like they tentatively maybe want to talk to you about their emotions, but not like, because this guy, he's faced away from the High Priestess, who I see as representing you, and the way these three cards, he's, this person isn't willing to kind of like show you their heart. The heart is turned away as well. Like, they have these feelings and they really care about you. I don't think that they're willing to be vulnerable enough to show you all of that per se yet. And then for some of you also, this could be like, again, because they see you as maybe a heartbreaker, they also could want to address, like, if you have another person who you've been dating or that they think you might be interested in, they might want to talk to you about that. So those are the things that they're wanting to talk to you about. If you initiated communication with them, they would want those topics to come up, or they would want to find a way to let you know these things. That they do care about you and that they are kind of there for you, and they are kind of wanting something serious. That's what I feel like. That they want you to know. So guys, I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching it. Like the video if you enjoyed it, because it helps me get recommended to other people who might also enjoy the reading. And if you want to stay in touch with my channel, of course, be sure to subscribe. You can hit the notification bell if you like to get notifications of new videos. Guys, thank you again. I will see you later. Bye-bye. Hello to people who chose reading number 8. This is the Cosmic Tarot. Thank you for coming to your reading. Let me shuffle these real quick for you. One of my lights that I use, the battery went down on it on the left side, so I only have light coming in from the right side. But I think you'll still be able to see the cards pretty well. One more shuffle. And then, because I am using reversals in this reading, I'm going to shuffle this way as well to kind of switch around the way the cards are. Okay, so the first question is, what is the person that you're thinking of? What are their romantic feelings for you? Let's see. A lot of cards are wanting to come out. We're going to start with 3, though. We have the Devil reversed, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups reversed. I think I'm going to clarify each of those. Devil reversed with the Hermit. Okay. Okay. So this could be a situation where the two of you have been together and broken up, or there's been some sort of discord. And so I feel like this person is trying to close off their emotions to you right now. They're also very commitment phobic because we have Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords. Like, they're scared of commitment, although they do also want it at the same time. It does scare them. Some of you, they might be trying to close off their emotions because there's some other person. The Three of Cups can indicate a third party, and that might be causing fear for them. And so they're trying to just like shut off their emotions because it's too much. I also feel like with the Devil reverse, they've felt like this connection is maybe draining them, or like they almost feel like they're too obsessed or too attracted to you, and they don't feel like that's healthy. So they want to like let go of this obsession with you. They don't want to be thinking about you obsessively, or like, you know, like they don't like this devil energy, this kind of lower level energy that they have regarding you. And so they're trying to get beyond that. I feel like they might be, you know, trying to heal themselves, just more interested in spending time alone, looking within, you know, trying to improve themselves with the Hermit card here. Let's just ask, does this person still care about you? Yeah, I mean, they care about you. They think you're a beautiful, wonderful person. They think you're a really good-hearted person. They have very positive opinions about you. And you know, we have the Four of Cups and the Emperor, which is also a 4 card. So I don't think that their feelings for you are going to end anytime soon. It's more like they're just kind of blocking it right now because they are either concerned about a third party, or the two of you have broken up, and so they're just like, oh my God, I can't deal with this right now. They think that you're such a wonderful human being. They see you as being so inspirational. They might see you as a very spiritually enlightened person, someone who brings a lot of goodness and kindness into the world. You know, some of them might even feel like they're not good enough for what you're offering them as well. They might feel like they need to be more established in the world before they are good enough for you, that kind of thing. So that's generally what I'm getting about their romantic feelings for you. Let's go to the second question, which is, what do they want with you and out of this connection? What are they wanting to happen, or what do they want to have with you? Let's see. Why is the Two of Cups reversed? Okay. So I feel like right now they think it's better for the two of you not to be together. They feel like that's the right choice. So in terms of what they want currently, they want the two of you to remain not together. Or like, I felt like this is probably a breakup or some sort of separation. And they feel like that's the right choice right now. They also feel like this is a lot of work. You know, they feel like this connection is a lot of work, and they're just tired. They're tired. They've put a lot into this, and they're kind of worn down. You know, and sometimes they're not sure about you. They're not sure, you know, what you're wanting. So they're like, I don't know how to build something with you because I don't know what you want. Do we even want to be building the same thing here? So right now they feel like it's better just not to have anything with you. Just let's do our own thing. And what they also want, and I got this before with the Emperor card, like they want to make themselves more successful. Like that might be with career. Like they might just try to, instead of thinking about you, maybe they are just trying to work really hard and get their mind off of things regarding you, because they feel like they don't know how to make this relationship better, but they do know how to improve themselves in their work and their career life. They know how to work hard. They know how to do that. That's easier for them. So I feel like that's what they're focusing right now, and they want to become more successful. I got that feeling before, like they feel like they have to be the emperor in order to be worthy of you. So anyway, in terms of what they want to become more successful in some way. But they want to continue to be single from you. They don't want the two of you to be together right now. They just don't feel like right now, maybe the two of you are not on the same page. And so they feel like, how can we build anything together if we're not on the same page, if we're not in the same stage of our lives, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting there. Let's also ask, what kind of actions are you going to be seeing from them? What kind of intentions do they have towards you? Of actions. Okay. They're going to be very cautious. You're going to be very cautious because there have been things that have come down that have happened between the two of you which have been very difficult, and it's like they're thinking they might step on a landmine with you, so like, I need to move very cautiously, try to keep the peace, try to, keep things harmonious, because they feel like if they tried to, I feel like they just don't even want to be interacting with you right now. And it's not, again, they see you as a beautiful person, beautiful, kind, wonderful human being. But that doesn't mean that you all haven't had conflict before. I feel like you definitely have. And right now they just want to avoid that and be very cautious. They don't want to make any mistakes. They don't want to step on any landmines with you. They're just trying to have peace. They're like, they don't want any conflict. I feel like that's all it is. And they're trying to, again, like very interested in avoiding getting themselves hurt as well. They don't want to cause any further pain or heartache between the two of you. So that's what you're going to see in terms of actions. What about their intentions? I mean, I feel like they still are really, if they could have what they wanted to have with you, the two of you would be working together on building something concrete. A beautiful romance, bread and roses, a connection where you have the practical matters are taken care of, but also there's this feeling of romance on top of it. They feel a lot of passion for you. And they feel like the two of you potentially could have a lot of happiness. So I feel like they're kind of like looking at more of like the long-term picture, and what would help them to get to this level right now is just really holding back from you, I feel like they think that engaging with you right now is just not going to be good timing because it's just going to lead to more conflict, and it's going to make it more difficult to ever get to any of this long-term potential with the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like ideally they would want a long-term commitment with you. They just feel like being very cautious and withdrawing from each other right now is the best way to make that even possible at all. Right, and the last question we're going to ask for you guys is, what is the likely outcome moving forward? Okay. So I pulled these cards on the top are representing you. That's just how I felt called to pull them out. And these are representing them, like how they're going to experience things going forward, like going into the future, and how you're going to experience things with this connection going into the future. And I picked these cards to kind of show me like what time frame are we looking at here. We had the Magician with the Six of Swords. The Magician doesn't indicate any specific time frame. Here with the Six of Swords, I feel like it's just indicating more like, you know, this is just looking at your healing process as you go forward healing, which could be any length of time, because healing is a continual, ongoing process. So it's not, we're not really looking at any specific time frame, but these are the energies between the two of you going forward, you know, for whatever that means. Sometimes it's hard to understand exactly what Spirit is telling us because time does not work in the same way in the spiritual realm, you know. But anyway, let's just focus on how each of you are going to be experiencing things going forward. I feel like you're going to be aware of the fact that this person is taking a very slow and cautious approach. You're going to continue to want to be with them, and I feel like you're going to sense that they want the same thing in return. And I think that you're going to sense things kind of settling down, like you're seeing that they're maybe less defensive towards you, or you're feeling less defensive towards them, or vice versa. So caution, a continued desire to be together, and like letting down those defenses, not being so volatile, which is what this person is kind of expecting. They're expecting that if they reached out to you and tried to move things forward, that it would not be well received. So for them, we have two major arcana cards. We have the Temperance, the Fool, and then King of Cups. So, you know, they're also going to continue to want a relationship with you, like even more significantly maybe than you are wanting it with the Temperance card. And this the Temperance also speaks about healing as well. So this person is very interested in, you know, healing, improving. I think that their energy, they're going to try to keep it lighthearted and sort of trust that things are going to fall into place the way that they're meant to. So they're having trust that things are going to work out, that if it's meant to be, it will be. They're hoping that it will be. They sense that there will be a lot of joy with the two of you if you ever get there. But they're just going to kind of like go with the flow. And they're going to be thinking about you a lot. They're going to be combing through their memories about you, feeling nostalgic. They're going to be missing you, definitely going to be caring about you, thinking about you a lot. So that is what I'm getting for the forward moving energies with you guys. I hope this reading has been helpful in some way. You know, always try to stay in touch with your own intuition as well as acknowledging what the real life evidence seems to indicate. You know, what is this person saying? What is this person actually doing? You know, don't just assume that a tarot reading is going to be 100% correct for you, right? Unless it seems to really confirm what you already know. So I hope that it was helpful to you, though, in some way at least. That's always my hope when I do these readings, that the readings will somehow be helpful, at least to some level, to the people who view them. So I hope that was the case. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome. You know, if you're interested in keeping up with my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so that other people can see this reading, so it'll be recommended to them. All right. Thank you again so much, guys. I will see you later. Bye-bye.